There we go. What? Oh, there we go. And now with the lead also being captured. Let me just get everything set up here. Sorry about that. Sorry about the very long pre-stream today. But I was hoping Frontier would end when they usually do, at around after 1 hour, but they kept just cycling around in questions, so that's why I was a little delayed, because I just wanted to get the last, but they seem to just be yeah, continuing with that for a while, so I decided to just let's get this going. Now I should have all my windows in place. So first of all, hello to all you guys who are here. I expect more people will come over when Frontier is done with their live stream. No, two things going on today. Of course, actually, three things are going on in today's live stream. It's going to be a busy one. Exactly. As some of you have asked, the main reason why I'm live streaming today, I have planned to live stream today because, as you can see, right down there in the corner, I'm very close to 20,000 subscribers. I'm now currently what, nine subscribers away. So I decided that let's get a live stream going so that we could have the live stream going when we pass those 20,000, which should hopefully be, I would guess, within an hour if we're lucky. So we'll just carry on. That's the first thing that's going to go on today. We're going to keep an eye on that counter in the corner. And I'm probably looking at everything else, so you might have to give me a heads up when that happens. So that's the first thing. Secondly, of course, the focus feedback on mining was today, and they launched a lot of very interesting news about that. So I thought I would give that a go, and also mention some of the things that they mentioned in the live stream, though it was really limited. I must admit I was a bit disappointed in that live stream, but let me just head into my shipyard here. What ship am I in? Oh, camera condos, yeah, nice. Let's switch over to that. So a bit disappointed from the live stream, but I'll come back to that. We'll talk about that over the next couple of hours. So yeah. Oh, we have Chris Taps. Thanks a lot for subscribing, and welcome. I agree that the live stream was really lackluster. But okay, I just want to finish the three things we're doing today. We're waiting for 20,000. Now only 7 away. And we are talking about the live stream. We're talking about the focus feedback. And I have an ongoing project, since the whole theme today is mining. I have an ongoing project with engineering my mining cutter to try and bring that up to speed. And we can actually, I think the first thing we should do is to go over and have a look at it. I believe I parked it in Shinrata, so we'll head over there just to have a look at it, because with the latest focus feedback, we might want to change a few things on it. I haven't actually, had a chance to actually sit down and have a look at the build. So what I think the first thing we're going to do is head over, have a look at the current setup of it and the plans. Kevin, thanks a lot for subscribing. Ooh, we're now 5 away. Okay. Can I get to Shinrata before I reach 20,000? That's the question. So that's the plan for today. Look at the cutter, begin to continue working on the engineering part of it, and oh, come on. And then we will also talk about the live stream while we do that. So first of all, while we head to Shinrata, let's talk about the live stream and the focus feedback. The focus feedback today was, of course, with the whole mining 2.0. And most of it looks really good. I have a few concerns. That, okay, maybe if you haven't watched read the focus feedback or didn't watch the Frontier stream, maybe I should bring you up to speed first. What they're doing is now, and this is going to be very brief. What they're doing now is they're introducing 3 different types of ways to mine. So there's gonna be surface resources, there's gonna be subsurface resources, and then there're gonna be deep core resources. So you're gonna have these different deposits of material that can be located in these different areas, and where the surface is the most common one, then the subsurface is the next one, and then the deep core is the most uncommon one, the most rare one. And the most rare one, of course, also gives you more material and is more, gives you more, just more stuff. the surface one is gonna be like asteroids with like crystals sticking out of it, and you can then fire a new weapon that's gonna be introduced. It's gonna be some kind of a blaster. Fire at it, and then you can get the chunks off. But you have to do not just the right amount of damage. If you do too much, you'll destroy it. If you do too little, it will not come off. So you will have to like fine-tune that. So that's going to be a blaster, which indicates it's going to use ammo. That's one thing. Then we have the next one is like some drill kind of missiles that you could fire for the subsurface thing. Maybe I should remember to jump here. So if you get a subsurface deposit, you will have to fire a drill down, and this is going to be like the flechette launcher where you fire it and you keep down the trigger until it reaches the correct depth in the asteroid. Then you're going to let go of the trigger, it's going to detonate, and it's going to do some damage. If you hit the right depth and detonate, you will do some damage to the resources, and it might spur out some materials there. And the final one is the deep core one, where there's going to be like cracks in the asteroid, and you can place warheads that then going to be on a timer, and you need to place the warheads before the timer goes out, and you can then crack the asteroid open, and then inside there will be lots and lots of goodies for you to mine. Those are the three types, but both warheads, and we have some missiles, and we have a blaster. It all indicates that this is going to use ammo. And one of the things that I really like about mining is that I can go out there and sit in the belt for hours, and I do not have to return. But if this is suddenly using ammo, the big question is, how much ammo will they carry? I asked this question I think 5 or 6 times during the live stream, but they just didn't answer it. I think either they don't know or they didn't want to answer it for some other reason. But it just seems weird to me that they have not commented on the ammo count on these modules. And maybe because it's a balancing thing, they don't like to give specific numbers. But that could really be a concern for me, because if I had to either fit a ton of modules to have enough ammo to stay out there, because if I have to go out and come back every 20 minutes to restock on ammo, that would really suck. Alternatively, they could make sure that the way to synthesize them, you would get materials from mining, so maybe you would get the materials to synthesize those ammo. And yes, as Chris say, I hope they're able to synthesize. I hope so too. And again, I hope the materials is something you can gain from mining, so you could potentially just be restocking your materials as you mine, and then use those materials to synthesize your ammo for those new weapons. Yeah, I agree. I think it's because it's still balancing, but I would just, I mean, it would just be nice if they had like a ballpark saying, are we expecting, oh, 3 to go, you're right. Are we expecting to be 20 minutes before you have to go back and restock up ammo? Are we expecting it to be 3 hours before you have to go back? I would personally hope that it would be, I think it's going to be about an hour to 2 hours of mining before you would have to go back, which is quite interesting, because then suddenly your cargo hold is no longer the limiting factor for how long you can stay in the belt. This has always been the limiting factor. That's how much cargo hold can you have. Suddenly it would actually be beneficial to have a mining ship. It might, I'm not sure, but it might suddenly be beneficial to have a mining ship that has a better weapon loadout, because you would be able to carry more weapons, hence carry more ammo. And I need to jump. I can't just fly to Shinrasa like this. This is gonna be a long live stream then. So yeah, and the same thing with the discovery scanner was gonna be ammo as well. They said, the detailed service scanner is gonna be ammo as well. So there's gonna be a lot more ammo to carry around in the game now, and a lot more stuff to run out of, which mixed feeling about that. But one weird thing is, they're gonna, with all these new weapons and modules and stuff, they're gonna keep the standard mining laser in the game. I find that odd, I must admit. I find that really odd. Avis Memorial, yeah. Because it seems with this new method, if they're gonna keep the gameplay around the normal mining laser as it is right now, that thing's gonna be absolutely useless. There's gonna be no reason to carry it at all, unless you can also mine that material. So let's say you could both do the surface thing And while your collectors were doing that, you could also do the normal mining to gain extra profit out of it while you were waiting for the collectors anyway. So yeah. And as Stephen Paul said, someone just unsubscribed. Yeah, that happens all the time. And it might even be someone, this happened when I did this for 10,000 subscribers. Actually not that long ago, that was around New Year's, I think. But what happened back then was that someone would, a lot of people would unsubscribe just before, and then they would all try to subscribe right when it reached 99.9 because they would try to be the final one. And Grim Grayson, thanks a lot for being a sponsor on the channel. New thing that YouTube has introduced, sponsors. Where I think you give a fixed amount. Oh, there we go. That was the note. I was wondering when notification went. But thanks a lot for becoming a sponsor. So yeah, I said new thing YouTubers are introducing, and look at that in the chat. You get a nice little icon next to your name, and get a color and all that stuff. Good stuff on YouTube. But no, as I was saying with subscribers, then people would unsubscribe, then sit and wait until it was at 9,999. Then everybody would subscribe. So when it reached those that just before, then suddenly my notification just went haywire. Because it was all trying to pick up with all the people subscribing just as they were trying to become the 10,000 subscriber. And I talked to Yamex earlier today because we were considering doing this as a co-op stream. I believe he's streaming right now as well. And he said that then a lot of people on his stream, when he reached 40,000, that then a lot of people would just unsubscribe right after, so he was just past and then he went back. So now someone unsubscribed again. So I'm expecting this to go up and down. It does that naturally. Your theory that the kite will require Guardian ship blueprints. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. Because that would indicate that it's going to be an unlockable ship, and believe there's already some lore around it. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be an unlockable ship that you have to go and grind to unlock. But I might very well be wrong about that. I think, yeah, they said that the blueprint will have a purpose. I personally think it was a mistake. The blueprints were added in already, where they were. But that they're going to be used for Guardian fighters at some point, rather than the crate. But again, I might very well be wrong. It could be that that's what they're doing. Three more to go, yeah. Yeah, I had 55 modular terminals. Did they confirm new SRVs? No. The Crate is not an Alliance ship. It's just called the Crate Mark II, which is interesting that they're calling it the Mark II. That indicates, because I think the reason why they call it the Mark II is because they have done something to it that's not in, that doesn't fit with, what's going on in the lore, because the Crate was in the original game. So I believe they've done something to the ship that does not fit with how it was originally. So to avoid people being mad about that, I think they then decided to just go and name it the Mark II. Guardian module only, that thing would be unflyable, especially because there's no there's a lot of modules that doesn't exist for Guardians, which is going to be a question. Joe says, question, why did all the money go towards a half-baked dinosaur? The RTS? Real-time strategy. Yeah, okay. Instead of elite. Hashtag backfired. Okay, we're here. Let's go in and let's have a look at the mining cutter. There it is, the gold digger. Let's see what we got. We should buy the no guardian shields, no guardian. There's a lot of stuff that's no guardian. Oh, there we go, the 20,000, and now comes the subscriptions. Hooray! I should prepare fireworks. Hello from Yamix. Okay, nice. Thank you guys. Oh, that was another 10,000. Yeah, we have fireworks in chat. I should have prepared something, but I haven't. Oh, that's awesome. So before we look at the ship, it might be a good idea. Oh, a lot of people comment. I think Yamix is trying to stream bomb. You guys can say hello to Yamix as well if you're on his stream as well. Go over to Yamix's stream and say hello. What was I thinking? Yes, would be a good time to talk quickly mention. I have mentioned this several times before, but I quickly want to mention the celebration plans. Now that the channel has actually passed 20,000, of course there will be celebrations, and it's gonna happen on the 14th of July, which is gonna be in like 2, about 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks. There's gonna be a 24-hour live stream. Lil D Evil, thanks a lot for subscribing. But yes, that's gonna be a 24-hour live stream. And the trick is, or the idea is, that I'm gonna get a sidewinder. I'm gonna see how far we can get in well, 1 day, 24 hours. Hopefully we can get us, I can get myself an anaconda, maybe engineer it a little bit. We'll have to wait and see about that, how far we can get. But I definitely think anaconda is doable within 24 hours. And there will, of course, be giveaways. There's gonna be mouse. Oh, let me get this. Like a mouse. I have several of these. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I'm gonna give away, sponsored by Logitech. And I'm gonna get a button controller. There we go. I'm gonna get a button controller box, much like the one I have here. This one's not plugged in, obviously, at the moment. The other one I have is down here, which I'm using to control the live stream, so I can go and do like switching scenes and stuff like that. It's very nice. Okay, but that's all gonna happen, and that's gonna be. Will there be bunnies? Now, this is actually quite fun to send ask this, because doing the live stream, there will of course be times when I need to go and like use 10 minutes to go and make some quick food. I'm of course preparing and making sure that it's going to take as little time as possible, so just have to reheat something. But I will still have to be away from the screen for very short periods of time, 5-10 minutes. So for those, I'm actually planning to do like small behind the scenes kind of videos. One of them is going to be a studio tour, where I'm going to show you around the studio here, and so you can get up behind the scenes. You can see what kind of equipment I use and how everything's plugged in, and how this whole thing works. But there's also going to be a video, something like Meet the Bunnies, where I'm going to give you a little bit of go and meet the bunnies, basically, kind of video. So yes, there will be bunnies doing that live stream at some point. Bunnies live stream as a break. Exactly. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And so stuff like that. Gonna prepare like small short videos for that we can I can show doing the live stream. And Despirish. Wow, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thanks a lot for subscribing anyway. Okay. Let's have a look at the ship, because so you can see right now I'm all fitted out with shield boosters, and that's basically because there's nothing else to fit in the utility mounts. Now they said there were going to be a new scanner, and I hope that's going to be a utility mount, because then obviously we just change out the shield booster and get one of those instead. Hardpoint wise, I currently have 4 mining lasers in the class 2 slots, and then beam lasers up here, which is, I believe, it plans to go healing beams on, so we can do healies for feelies with these. Of course, these mining lasers will have to be changed, because we'll now have to have all these different missile launchers, and I hope that they are going to be medium-sized. If they come in large sizes, we will have to change out some of these beam lasers and then forfeit some of the damage. But yeah, something along those lines at least. So all the hardpoints will be changed, but exactly how, we will have to wait and see until we know which sizes they come in and more stuff like that. Core internals pretty much going to be the same, I guess. We're going to go over this in a bit. Again, I've gone lightweight for as many of the places as I can, other than the power distributor to power all these weapons. Again, if much of it's going to be missiles, I might consider changing the power distributor out for something else, for something lighter maybe. Just because that missiles usually don't use that much power, whereas mining lasers do. So again, we'll have to see what happens. But I think downgrading the power distributor might be a option we're going to do. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But going lightweight is always a good idea, so we get some decent jump rates out of this. Then optional internals. This is quite interesting. I got some prismatics. I have some cargo, which you will obviously need. But they said that they were planning to do something along the lines, just like when you fit an SRV hangar or a fighter bay, you have like sub-module or sub-slots where you inside those can then select, say, I want this, 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 and that. And it seems like they're going to do the same thing with collectors. So instead of having a collector limpet controller and a prospector limpet controller and a that, they're just going to have a limpet controller module that's then, depending on the size, going to have some sub-slots, again, as the fighter bay and the SRV hangar. And you can then go in and select and say, oh, I want this collector controller and I want this prospector controller and stuff like that. That's a very, very good idea. And I really like that. It's not the refinery. So for now, I think I'm going to keep this as it is. They did say that they wanted to do dedicated mining slots. If that's the case, we might actually have to skip the cutter altogether to fight a ship that has some actual mining slots instead. But again, I hope we can reuse a lot of the modules. Hey Matt, thanks a lot. So yeah, that's the plan at least. And library is as library now is. I want to go and have a look here to see how far I went with the whole engineering here. Power distributor is unengineered. Engines has dirty drive and they're fully upgraded. Okay, because I want to start with focusing on the core internals. That's what we're going to do today. Start by focusing on the core internals, then we'll talk more about the mining updates as well. Yeah, exactly. They said you could still do it old school, but it seems the old school is going to be it's going to be the old school mining way. It's going to be a little, well, underwhelming, to be honest, compared to the other way. So I think it's going to be a little confusing that you form miner. If you start as a new player and say, oh, I want to go mining, I'm going to fit some mining lasers. And then you figure out, no, we're not going to use mining lasers for mining. You're going to use something warheads or something missile or something blaster to mine. It's just going to be confusing for new players, I think. Which I think is a shame. Now I lost track. Engines. Engines are done. Let's go back and let's have a look at power distributor. I can have charge enhanced, which is not the one I want. I want weapon focused. So, or should I just go charge enhanced? I might actually just go charge enhanced instead. Do we have the materials to go charge enhanced? Yeah, it's gonna be... We're gonna run out of chemical manipulators. But we can go pretty full. Let's get more. We need more chemical manipulators. Yeah, but again, my point is that if I'm flying... People are saying that I should go charge enhanced, but my point is that the main concern is gonna be... my weapons is the limiting factor. But with the information today... So, okay. So originally I was planning to go weapon focused on it, on the distributor, because I wanted it to... I want to be able to feed those mining lasers, which are very power hungry. But with that information that's been posted today, I would actually consider going from weapon focus to charge enhanced, because suddenly I believe that those missile launchers we're going to use is going to use less power draw than the mining lasers do now, so a weapon focused power distributor is not going to be as useful, so we're going to get more benefit out of it as a charge enhanced. But for this we will need so let's go and have a look at the power distributor. We'll need manipulators. We're gonna need some chemical manipulators. How am I actually doing for pharmaceutical isolators? Let's see. I love the tellurium at least. Oh well, I have some filters on here. Pharmaceutical isolators. See, I already have 7 of those. So yeah, we'll need to go and get some of those. Engines done. We don't have the what did I miss here? Hold on, something's not right. We're just gonna do corn kernels today, so okay, let me just actually make a new list here. We're gonna need armor. We don't know what we're gonna need for that. We're gonna need the power plant. We're gonna need the engines. We're gonna need the FSD. We're gonna need the life support. We're gonna need the power distributor, and we're gonna need the sensors to be engineered. Okay, let's go back and have a look how far we are. Armor, we haven't done anything with that. Power plant. Oh, okay, we needed tellurium. That was why we didn't finish it last time. We can do that now. And we're gonna use more of our chemical manipulators, but that's okay. We're gonna get a ton more. Boom. That's the power plant done. And yes, we will need the special effects, but we'll do that later. So that was that. So we need the thrusters. I believe we'd have finished the thrusters. Yes, those are done. Frameshift drive, FSD. We need, oh god. We need more chemical manipulators, and we need, this is going to be a pain. Data mined, wake exceptions. I hate data mined wake exceptions, but okay. Life support. Nothing there right now. Power distributor. We'll begin engineering that, see how far we're gonna get. We're not gonna be able to finish it because of a lack of chemical manipulators, but let's see how far we're gonna get. Oh, no, I didn't want that. I want that one. Okay, can we finish grade 4 at least with the 3 manipulators that we have? Oh, come on. I don't think that was enough. Nope, it wasn't. So that was the power distributor. Then we just have the sensors, which I have lightweighted, and they're fully, so that is done as well. Okay, so main problem is chemical manipulators and data mined wake exceptions. So let's get back into the Jumbaconda. Let's get out of here. Yes, exactly, Chris. We're gonna head to Isanor. That's gonna be our first stop of the day. Andrew says congrats. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can uptrade, but I really don't want to uptrade because the conversion factor is so bad. Let me see. I believe we need to go here. And that should be very close to Isanor. It is. It's time to fly. Nah, Seb. I've done this before. When I get to know what materials I'm missing, I quit the game. Oh.
Detachment complete. You are go for departure.
Should we what? 2 jumps? Yeah, 2 jumps. No, Chris. That's okay. That's okay, Chris. If you noticed, I'm not heading to Isanor. I'm heading to the neighboring system, where there's a ship docked. So that's a plan. Come on, Maslock. Nope, that's not. This one has a 1D power distributor. This thing does not boost. But anyway, I always sit and attack the boost button anyway, just hoping that someday it will boost. But of course, it's never gonna happen. Hello, Waymander. 2K in the bank. Yeah, and a bit more. Actually, just gonna go in here and update that. Oh, there we go. That's very nice. Yeah, that's right. Many of the Grade 5 materials now spawn from Hashwed sites, which is also why this one-stop location works as well. That we're gonna go to now. And I actually believe that Isanor has a persistent convoy. Oh, that's a convoy, isn't it? It's not a distribution center. Because we want a distribution center. Boys, thanks a lot. Says congrats on the 20k. Okay, now I'm guessing that that's the orbital that I parked my ship at. Let's just have a look to confirm. It is. There's only one. Well, that's easy. Whee! But we'll go and we'll find a distribution center afterwards. And we'll, because I haven't seen any other ways to get wake data. I believe the only other way you could potentially go to Jameson's crashed ship and then pick up the Grade 5 data there, and then do cross trading. But again, cross trading is extremely expensive. That's the same as up trading. But again, if you get lots of data, it might not matter. But for now, let's start by getting some pharmaceutical isolators. Yeah, exactly. So if I get 2 Grade 5 scans, successful Grade 5 scans, that gives me 1 wake. You can get it from encoded emissions too? Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's random. And so I think it's a lot more... Normally when you're trying to get materials, there are 2 there are two good places for materials. Either places that has a very narrow spawn list, so where you get very, very few options for what to choose. That allows you to specify very specifically what you're grinding for. That's one type of place that's good. The other types are places that just have a very broad spawn list, but they're all high grade. So either you go like in a vertical and go very narrow, or you go horizontal and go broad and get lots of different ones. I still can't boost.
Delta to Echo, you must submit a docking request before landing at this port.
You must submit a docking request. Okay. Will I be taking over systems in my upcoming streams? What do you mean, taking over systems? Like with the BGS stuff? Because we might do some back BGS stuff at some point again. Oh, here we go. No, that's drifting too much. There we go. Now drifted too much in the other direction. But yeah, I might do some BGS at some point. I did a lot of BGS a couple of weeks back. I had like 2 or 3 streams in a row that was all that. That's why I'm trying to focus on something else just for a bit, because it's not everybody who enjoy that kind of gameplay. So just try and give everybody something that they can enjoy. I'm trying to spread out a little bit. Like and explaining what I did when I'm planning to do a video that explains how you actually do that. We're gonna take this. I can't use it because I probably have like a ton of stuff in my cargo hold, like limpets. I can't remember how much cargo hold I have, but I think if I just ditch 50 maybe, is that enough? Can I see how much cargo hold it has? Cargo capacity 22. That was not a lot. No, I need to dim 30, that would give me, so 29. There we go. Now we can use it. Yeah. I might do more of these to war kind of streams. It does require that we have a war to fight before that actually makes sense. Come on. There we go. Isanor. But that will probably happen again at some point. Yeah, the Fertlands is one of the worst chips to do scooping in. So that's why I hope that I fitted this thing with a collector limpet controller. Though I can only carry very few limpets. And here we go. Now we can boost. So we might have to synthesize limpets. I don't even remember. Do I have the stuff to synthesize limpets, or did I run out? I ran out. I'm out of iron and nickel. I've spent it all on limpets, which I should probably just have done that, but that's okay. We will just only use one limpet at a time, so we can stay there for a while.
Good job.
Chris says, thanks a lot for the €10 donation. Very much appreciated. See, that's a convoy beacon. Nice. Just do manual scooping? Yeah, we can do manual scooping, but I'll show you why I hate doing that in the Fertlands. So let's just throttle down here. So if we look at the Fertlands, you can see the cargo hatch right there. That's the cargo hatch. So that's the place you want to scoop from. But right there you have a huge turret, or you have a huge weapon hardpoint. So when that weapon hardpoint is deployed, we're going to look at it from this angle here. You can see what happens. The weapon is deployed and you can't see the cargo scoop. I'll show you this when we get to the installation in a bit. Do I like Imperial slave trading for profit? I've never been much into trading, but it is very profitable. So I guess if you were to do trading, that would probably be the best way to do it. Oh, now we're overshooting because I'm reading chat. Oh, we're still a little fast, so we're gonna move in closer to the planet to try and use the gravitational well to slow us down, like so. And then we can speed up again. Not too much though. Again, use the planet to slow us down. Dive into the well, and then come back up the well. There we go. I kind of like the visuals of the Furlands. It's not the most... I mean, what I don't like about it is the cockpit and the fact that you're not centered. Okay, where is the weapon fire? I can see trails over here, and now I see weapon fire. There we go. Okay, so there's something there taking a lot of fire. And it's a python. Oh, it's a clean python. It's the cutter. Is that the wanted one? Yeah, there we go. Guild gang member. He still have plenty of health, so we're just gonna keep scanning the other one. There's one there. And there's one here. There's two cutters now that I wanted. Gonna try and keep an eye on both of them. This one seems to be going down fastest, so let's give them a helping hand. Pips to weapons. Wait for the chaff to go away. We don't want to hit the wrong target here. He immediately opened up on us. That's okay. There's another cutter. There's lots of cutters here. Oh, there's a guy here who's almost dead, and I haven't been shooting at him. I don't think I managed to get a shot in. I did. Oh, I got one in the last second there. Okay, so what spawned? Core dynamics, refined focus crystal, thermic alloy pro. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff here. Just gonna see what this guy over here has. Just gonna kill this guy first. Okay. Got him. And we're gonna launch ourselves. Okay, let me see. Thermic alloy is grade 4, so let's take all grade 5 and 4. Precipitated alloys. Let's add that to the ignore list. High density, we have lots of that. I'm full on that as well. So high density, ignore that. Oh, chemical manipulators. Nice. Compound shielding, 4. Refined focus, I believe is grade 4 as well. Shielding sensors is grade 5. So we're gonna ignore that. Proto-light alloys is 4. Refined focus, proto... Oh, that's grade 5. Okay, so is the hardpoint deployed now? See what I'm getting at here? This is what you're trying to get. You can't get into the to the cargo hatch when the weapons are deployed. So I have to retract my weapons and then aim a little bit low. Oh no, it hit the ship. Now it's moving. Now it's gonna be hell. But at least the limpet can then be quick about it. Someone's asking chat why I'm not streaming to Twitch. Mainly because, I don't know, I mean, I know there are several tools, I just haven't really got around to set it up. But, I mean, maybe I should consider doing dual streaming to both platforms. I just need an easy place where I can integrate the chat so I don't have to have 2 separate chat windows open. And all that stuff, but it's just basically just setting stuff up that I haven't been doing. Okay, let's try to see if I can pick this one up. Went a lot better. Where did they go? I think the limpet took it. Oh, 10%. Need to be quick about this one. There we go, and the limpet takes the last one. Nice. That was some nice materials, and we got, I believe, just a single chemical manipulator. But we got one, which is a good start. Yeah, we got one. Okay. Let's get some more. Let's hope we get some pharmaceutical isolators, because that's gonna be very profitable. We're gonna jump back in. Because we're streaming, we're gonna go solo. And let's see what we got. Anaconda. That's the Logan gang, so that's not what we're looking for. We got a Logan gang Python. Gunship. Also Logan gang. Looks like they're shooting on that guy there. Which is a Fertilance. No, that's Logan gang as well. Okay, what is he shooting at then? Hopefully not just the Asp Scout. It looks like it. Okay, so it's just an asp this time. Yeah, sure. Let's kill the asp. Let's see if he drops anything good. Anything good? We got some protolite alloys. Grade 4. I have a decent amount already. And I believe my number of... Whoops. Yeah, messed that up. Let's just forget about that one. It's not important. We have plenty of it. Let me see. There we go. Solo again. Ah, weekly power bonus vouchers. Okay, let's hope for something a little bit bigger. Like cutters. Always like cutters, but that's a Loken Gang one. But there's one cutter, right? Come on. No, that's the Python behind it. Let's finish the scan. That cutter is getting a lot of fire, so that's probably... Yeah, that's a Gal Gang member. So we're gonna go to the combat pip loadout. And we're gonna help them finish this guy off. Franklin, thanks a lot. The absolute fastest way to earn credits, I believe that's passenger missions at the moment. And... Dustbox, thanks a lot for subscribing. No, not boost. I didn't want to boost. Damn it. But there's a lot of stuff here. Let's have a look. Oh, more chemical manipulators. Let's get back to that clump there. Let's get the cargo scoop out and let's get a... No. Don't target. There we go. Then get a collector limpet out. And I'm gonna park myself right over the bunch of materials. So that my limpet doesn't have very far to go. And then we're gonna run through the lists again. Just to make sure. Oh, we got Imperial shielding. Look at that. That's nice. Compound shielding. Protolite alloys. Phaser alloys is tier 3, aren't they? Let's add phaser alloys to ignore list. Focus crystals. Ignore those. There we go. So we're just going to pick up the high tier ones. Oh, more people. Avion, thanks a lot as well for the congratulations. No, that was my limpet. There. Can I pick this up? Let's see if I can do this. Ah, see, it always hits the ship. And now it picked it up for me. So you have to aim low with the fertilance. And then once it's all the way in... Okay, it gets picked up by the limpet. Why not the cube comber? A cube comber could work as well, but the problem is that I wanted a ship... the cube combo would actually be very good for this. But I wanted a ship that I could keep here permanently. And I really like the third lance, so I just decided to build the third lance for this. Talking about corvettes. Oh, it's a Loken Gang one. That's Rec888. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Oh, there's a Python. Not the biggest ship, but he could carry some tier 4 materials, I guess. Come on, give me manipulators. Or actually give me pharmaceutical isolators. Salvaged alloys. That's tier 1. So ignore that. And then flawed also. So that's nothing. Okay, the rest is smaller ships. So we're gonna drop that and we're gonna do another board hop. What's my favorite combat ship? I believe that's definitely the Cube Combat. No doubt about it. And if I could keep the cube, if I could build a Cube Combat 2, like build one more, I could do that and keep that here. But I often want that somewhere else to do other stuff. So that's why I ended up with a third lance. We have cutters and we have cutters and anacondas. So, we have a Gold Gang member. Wait, so he's a Gold Gang member? Then he must be as well. Yes, he is. That's the Python. And now this guy's beginning to take some damage. We're just gonna come late for the party and just scan some of the other ships while we're at it, just to get some... When you're scanning the ships, there's a good chance you're gonna get some data as well. What about that anaconda? No. I was too slow. Ah, damn it. Wonderful. I spent too much time scanning everything else, so the ship died before I got a chance to shoot at it. Thanks a lot for the congratulations. Okay, but we actually went here to talk about... We can do this while we do this. Let's talk more about the mining thing. That was the whole point that I wanted to do today. That was actually to talk about all the focus feedbacks. So as I said, there's going to be these 3 different modes. I personally think most of it is a good idea. I would like to see that... I think it's a little weird that they're going to keep the old mining laser in the game, and this... I think the only reason they're doing that is because they're afraid that some people will get mad that they're removing some kind of content from the game that they might like. So it's definitely just a way to try and please everybody. But other than that, it has potential. It's gonna be definitely a lot more difficult now. Best way to get exquisite focus crystals. In the past, well, it's always been missions. You can get them from drops now, but I would probably recommend you go and find some missions that offers them. Some passenger missions will offer them as a reward, and that could potentially be... That is a very easy way to get them. Okay, thermic alloy. Something. Compound should be fine from... Okay, let's pick this up. Okay, let's try this again. Aim high. No, so... Oh, I had something targeted. Fuck. There we go. At least it seems like they have focused on getting mining more profitable, which is something that is really needed, so it becomes more in line with many of the other activities in the game. Which is good. And the player skill cap is definitely also going to be higher for mining. So I definitely think that that's moving in the right direction. Though being Frontier, what I'm afraid of is it's going to be extremely difficult for new players to figure out what's going on, because this system is becoming a lot more complicated, and for new players to figure that out, it's going to be difficult. But I guess at the end of the day, that just gives me something to do. Suddenly, I will have to redo my whole mining guide, because I think one of the most, like way back when the channel started, one of the most successful series I started back then was I think a 4-step mining guide. I would probably redo that guide, maybe all 4 steps. Simply because that with this new update, it's gonna be it's gonna be a needed update, because it's gonna be so much different than what it used to be. But you see, my main concern is the ammo of all those modules, and I've already raised this point several times. I think that's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be an issue that we will have to use modules for mining that uses ammo. One of the mining's strong sides is always, and what appeals to many people, I think, is the fact that you can go out, just sit out in the belt for hours and just eat away at rocks nice and slow. Now, I like the fact that there's going to be a little bit more skill, player skill involved in it. Incoming hostile detected. Okay. So I like that. But I'm afraid that with the ammo, that either with all those new modules, that some of them they will begin to eat up some of the internals. I know many of them was hard points, but I'm afraid they're going to eat up internal slots for some of the scanners. I hope they're going to be utilities. Because if they're going towards a mining setup that reduces the time or increases the number of times you have to go back to a station all the time, then that really loses one of the strong suits for mining, I think. When is mining getting updated? It's getting updated in the Q4 update. Now, when in Q4? We don't know. But I would expect at the end of Q4, so pretty close to Christmas. And Chris Wu being the in-house PvPer, instantly thinking, so I could use asteroids to kill miners without getting bounties. I guess you could. I mean, with the torpedoes, there were gonna be a timer on it. So if you could time this just right, if you could potentially set up a booby trap, so when people got too close, if you time that just right with the torpedoes, with the warheads, then you could potentially have a situation where you could kill a miner with that. But it would be very difficult, I think. Oh, Gold Gang Corvette. Only a master, though. Yeah, the next update is on the 28th, but that's not the mining update. The mining update is Q4. The next update is like Challenger. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Challenger. And most likely the crate. They still refuse to talk about it, which is a little silly, but someone talked about exquisite focus crystals. There you go. There's 2 of them. But it's going to be interesting also if the modules can do damage to ships, because if they can, I'm sure someone's going to find a way to use them for PvP, just to do like a miner strikes back kind of thing. Okay. Let me just boot up the... Why did my collector limpet die? Did someone shoot it? Let me just quickly flash up the focus feedback thread here, so we can get an idea about what is Because there's a lot of stuff in there and I forgot half of it already. Oh yeah, the new analyze mode. That's interesting. So they're adding this new analyze mode. So basically now we have the HUD as you would probably be used to. But they're saying they're going to add a new analyze mode so that you can change the HUD layout. I think that's an interesting way to go, because now they're doing it for mining, but I can't see that they stopped there. They would probably continue doing HUDs for all kinds of game modes. So you could have like a mining layout of your HUD, and you could have a, I don't know, trade or just travel layout, maybe a clean layout, maybe, I don't know what they would do. But just to reduce clutter, they decide to make a completely separate layout of the HUD for when you're doing mining. And yeah, I like it. I kind of like the idea, but it's one of those things that as they also mentioned in the update, that there's a big change when you're beginning to change the HUD, and I'm just afraid that something's going to break. Let me see what else they have. Oh yeah, they have the new scanner. They have the new medium range, what do they call it? Medium range active scanner. So it's basically like a sonar that sends out a pulse, and you will get information about the surrounding asteroids. And the further away they are, the less accurate. What, have I not been paying attention? Oh, that's not bad. The less accurate the scans would be. Again, I like that idea. I like the prospecting is a little bit less random actually. Because right now it is really just find a rock that's not bad and then just shoot at it. Just scan that anaconda as well. That's a Logan gang. Ramming speed. Okay, we can do rams. We've seen we can get a ram kill on this guy just for fun. It will have to be very, very well timed. We'll have to put some pips into engines here. I have to go in and hug this guy. Okay, he is moving rather quickly. Oh no, he boosted. Damn it. Oh. Damn it, so close. I still think it would be difficult to trap an asteroid, like what you're wanting to do, Chris, because there's gonna be some kind of timer on this. Hold on, let me just scan this Corvette. That's actually a gold gang member as well. What kind of materials did we have here? Oh, that's military grade alloys. I'm trying to pick this up as quickly as I can, and then see if I can manage to get a few hits in on that that guy over there. I got it. Is he still there? Yes, he is. Is he still alive? No, he's not. Yeah, everybody keeps asking Frontier for new SRVs, and for some odd reason they refuse. They just keep refusing. I don't know why. It makes no sense. Oh yeah, Robert. Regarding that, there will... Whoops, not training. We could do that. It could be fun. There will be video. I'm planning to do like a BTS kind of guide, and basically, if you want to join the faction, there's a link for Discord. Everything is handled over there. So you can head over to Discord and then look for the faction chats, and in there you will be able to see all the information you need. Because there's no way to actually join. The way you join is just you get on Discord, and then you just look at the faction news channel, and then there will be posted updates in there about what the faction need. And boom. What do we get? Chemical manipulators. Hooray! What, galvanizing alloys is pretty... That's 2. Let's just remove that. Compound shielding is 4. Okay, let's get some more limpets out, like that. Okay. Okay, let's see here. The prospector, yeah, okay, so the prospector limpet will now be able to detect the different deposits within the asteroid. And I once again managed to fire the collector limpet off by targeting. Okay, Andrew asked, I've been meaning to ask, but what is the building in the background, like behind my camera? This one? Is that the one you're referring to? Hold on, let me just find my let me find my software here. While this one is collecting, let's just quickly do, let me see, must be that one. No, the station. Ah, I see. The station is an unauthorized installation. Where is it? It's if you saw this live stream, there's these. Where is it? There it is. It's just that these installations are like scattered across the bubble, and they're all looking different. So this one just purple and like small towers. They all look different, various sizes and shapes, and so far they were added back like way back. There's been no gameplay around them. But recently they have been added. So recently now they're saying they're going to add the same mechanic to these as they did to the mega ships. So it's not a station. Well, it's an installation. It's kind of the same size as a station, but you can't really dock at it or interact with it or anything. Let's do, I don't know how many manipulators we have right now. We haven't been lucky with the pharmaceutical ones. I don't think we actually, did we need any of them? I don't think we did. I think we only needed chemical manipulators. Let's see how we're doing for chemical manipulators. We have 9. We need a few more before we're ready to move on. So let's see if we can fight just a few more here. Gall gang member. Oh, a Baron shield pattern analysis. Thank you very much, Mr. Cutter. I will take that. Why I need pharmaceutical isolators? I always need pharmaceutical isolators. I always need more engineering materials. You can never have too much. So just because it's nice to have, and then I have it for next time. But we're not directly farming for it right now. I mean, it drops here. I've seen it drop at these locations before. It's just a little bit rare. It wasn't really a ram kill, but it was close enough. Okay, we have not that much. We have more chemical manipulators. Wonderful. There we go. A cube copper green screen would be appropriate. Do I think that PvP will have bigger rewards in the coming updates? I think a lot of PvPers will be drawn into the whole power play thing. I mean, it's not, as they said in the live stream today also, if they are planning, they haven't said that they're gonna do it, but they've been talking about making power play open only. And in the past, if you asked me yesterday, I would have said that that's gonna happen. After the live stream today, I think not so much. It sounded to me like they were pulling out of that one a little bit. That they were trying not to... that they were really explicit about saying that this is maybe, we don't know, kind of thing. I mean, it sounds to me like they're not going to do it. They just don't want to confirm that just yet. Okay, Python. Never mind. Yeah, high-grade emissions can be good for mats as well. The thing with high-grade, again, that was what I talked about earlier. When you do high-grade emissions, you're farming for one specific material. This is a more broad way of doing it. So instead of just farming for one, I farm for all of them at the same time, but of course then I will have a lower drop rate. And it looks like we have a wanted anaconda right here. It's firing chaff, but we're just gonna go in nice and close, and he can fire all the chaff he wants. And he be gone. Why are anacondas always so slow to explode? I mean, come on. Okay, that was not a lot that spawned this time. Thermic alloy refined focus crystals. Let's skip that. We have plenty of that. We're probably gonna need it later, and then I'm gonna hate myself for not picking it up, but that's okay. Incoming message. We have a Python. Let's see what these two are, the two big ships. First one's Logan Gang. Corvette. Oh, look at the data. See if I can manage to get a few shots in on this guy before he dies. I'm getting a lot of aberrant shield pattern analysis, which is really nice. See what he drops. Compound shielding. Then we have some smaller ships. Let's not worry about those. No, so that was the new hot mode and the scanner. We briefly talked about that. That is going to be able to scan up area around you. They haven't mentioned anything regarding like range of this thing, and I would expect that that's going to be dependent on the rate. So if you get an A-rated one, it will probably have a longer range or something like that. But my guess is it's going to be around 10 kilometers. Someone asked when the 24-hour thing for the contest is going to take place. That's going to be on the starting on the 14th of July. So should be plenty of time. Wait, is this? Oh, there's one here. Oh, let's get some weapons out before he dies. Oh, he still has shields. Perfect. Oh, wow. Did you see that? Did you see that ram? Ha! Do they mention challenge being able to do multi-crew? I don't believe... I can't remember. Hey, there we go. Dual pharmaceutical isolators. That's a definite yes, please. Because if we were to trade this in... Let's see, that is not data. But look at that. Aberrant shield pattern analysis. That's just for scanning ships here. Let's see if we can find that. Pharmaceutical isolators. I believe we have quite a few. Okay, oh no, only 7. So that's good, getting some more of those. Raffle, thanks a lot for subscribing and welcome to the channel. I think there was a lot of questions that they, for some reason, just didn't want to answer. I asked several times about the ammo capacity on those new mining missile things, and again, they didn't want to answer. So I think either it's because, I mean, I think it's because that they are not sure where it's going to be, and it's just going to be a thing that they are still trying to balance out. I mean, ammo capacity would probably be one of the last things you want to balance about if you were to introduce a new weapon, right? Because you would start by balancing the mechanics around it and making sure it works, and then you would say, okay, so how much ammo should it carry at the end? Unless you have something like a torpedo where the fact that it only has one ammo capacity is what balanced the weapon. Otherwise, it would be too powerful. But I really, really hope that they're gonna have a decent amount of ammo, because that's really gonna make mining a hell if we have to synthesize that all the time. Because then we would have to go and specifically get that material, unless they're gonna allow us to do material trading on the fly, which wouldn't make sense. But yeah. Such a pain. Voice packs being updated. Yeah, that was something I saw people ask as well that they didn't reply to as well. That is, can you engineer these things, these new mining things? I hope so. There are so... Wait, there are wakes in here. I don't have a wake scanner, but... And it's not a lot, it's just a few. But they're here. And they're picking up protolite alloys. Yeah. Anyway, someone just decided to give me a quick shot. Apparently don't like me being here. Why do they keep saying incoming? Is that the weekly power thingy? Okay, never mind. Oh, there's a cutter this time. Nice. Gonna hold my fire for a little bit, because I don't want to fight the cutter all the way through his shields and armor. We can give him a little oh, that was close though. Okay. Let's quit playing around with them and let's kill him. He has a lot of shield for a master. And it's also going to be interesting because you can see that I'm hostile in the system. The reason why is because I'm signed up to an Empire faction. There we go. Because I want to try and get my hands on the mining lands. But interesting what's going to happen in Q4. Because as it looks right now, the mining lands is just going to be useless. Compound shielding, pro light alloys. Okay. Chemical 12 chemical manipulators now, but we needed them for several modules as far as I recall. We needed for the FSD and we needed it for one of the other modules which I can't remember. I don't have armor pinned, I don't have light support pinned. We needed it for the power distributor as well. And we did do some of the roles, so I think if we just get like one more pickup, two more pickups of chemical manipulators, we can move on to the next one. Just pick this one up manually. No, that was a focus crystal. Compound shielding. Let's get this real quick. Oops. Oh.
Thanks for the videos and streams.
Commander Kerstner, that's how it's pronounced. But thanks a lot for the €10 donation. It's much appreciated. Okay, one more. Come on. I want to go and do something else now. Or we could just be... let's get one more chemical manipulator and we're good. I should probably just spend a day at Daph's Hope and just pick up everything and then... I should have plenty. Yeah, you're right. I should check out Inara, but again, right now I'm just doing the main upgrades on all the core internals, and then I'll work on the special effects afterwards, or the experimental effects. The material requirement is not that bad for those. And they are shooting at a python. Okay. Haven't had much luck with the pythons today, I must admit. Okay, he should be gone. Let's just quickly scan this anaconda here. Okay, he's Logan. We can move back to focus on the python. Oh, stop shooting at me. Stop firing chaff. Ah. Well, thank you, Robert, for the donation. Oh, here we go. He's dead. Yes. What did he drop? He dropped a proto-light alloy. Okay. Come on. Got it. We're gonna do a lot of light weighting on this one, so picking up all those light alloys is a pretty good idea. Oh, anacondas. That one's not. We're just gonna scan him for the data. There's another anaconda. You know what? If it's not an anaconda, cutter, or corvette, I think I'm just gonna scan them and then leave board hop to get the next one. Okay, what do we get this time? Yeah, there's definitely one there. I'm just gonna scan the other ones. Just for the data. And we didn't get anything. And then this time, oh, I forgot, he dies quickly. Okay, I think I got a few hits in. Boom. And he dropped... Ooh, core dynamic components. That's very nice. Yeah, the fertilizers can definitely perma boost. I haven't engineered this one, but I believe it can still perma boost. If I wanted it to. You could try it afterwards. Yeah, I know. I have. I should probably find a interstellar factor at some point, because I have a lot of bounties stacked up on all kinds of different, like. But this one is just for now, for what we've been doing. 2.1 million. It's not a lot, but it's definitely not bad either. And I gained 1% in my combat rank. Okay, did we get the core? I want to speed this up a bit. Did we get the core dynamics? No, we did not. I'm gonna log it and run for it manually. Retract the weapons. Ah, the limpet took it. Oh, we were about to test if this thing could perma boost. So, boost. And I already have full capacitor. See if we can boost before the capacitor fills up. Yeah, so you can see I can almost boost. I can drain my capacitor doing this, but again, this is not engineered, so... Okay, what are you guys shooting at? Oh, just as I tapped away. And Tyrant, thanks a lot for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. And thank you for the congratulations in chat. We have an anaconda there. Let's just scan the other ships quickly. Come on. Target him. Oh, I need to be quick. You just fire back all you want. Oh, he dropped a lot. Come on. Refined focus, thermic alloy, compound shielding. Meh. of course, now that we've just want one more chemical manipulator, we're not getting it. Let's see what we got. Imperial, there's 3 big ships, so one of them should be a hostile. He's clean. There we go, he's hostile. And we've seen how quickly anacondas can die, so we better just start firing at him right away. Look at him die. Look at that armor. 10% and gone. Okay, what did he drop? That's some decent stuff here. Let's pick that up. Yeah, I don't believe this is an anarchy system. Why can't I see the security level? No, it's a medium security system. So even though there's a convoy beacon here, what we could do, we could find an anarchy system in Outbreak and then go and kill the Type 9s. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Only problem is I don't have any weapons on my jump anaconda. So it would need to be very close because this thing is not jumping anywhere. This thing has 12 light years jump range. But if you found an anarchy system in Outbreak, you would be able to find distribution centers in there, and you could just kill the Type 9s, and you could scan the wakes as people were moving in and out of the system. You don't need much weapons to kill a Type 9. That's true. I just need one small gun and I can use the rest just ramming them to death because they're not going to move anywhere. Okay, the limpet is done. So we're just going to log out. Oh, we just got to scan. I'm just reading through the update on mining again to see if there's anything. I mean, we haven't talked about the deep. We briefly talked about the deep core thing. Okay, Anaconda. If we do not get it this time, we're just gonna gamble and go and hope that the 12 we have is enough, and then move on. Try to stay behind him so he does not get a chance to fire at us. He has turrets. Those are small, so that's okay. Now he's facing us, but that doesn't matter because now he is gone. No, we got Imperial shielding, which is nice. Marcus, thanks a lot. People asking what we're doing today. We're talking a little bit about mining, but mostly we're just upgrading the mining cutter that needs an upgrade. Okay, so while the collectors are collecting, let's go and have a look. I'm just going to open up EDDB here. And I'll just make sure that you guys can follow along on the chat. Here we go. We need to find a system, and the system should be close to Isanor. No, Isanor? Isanor? Isinor. Ah. Nope, I didn't want to track that. Olympus is still limping. Isinor. Yes, that one. And we want the state to be in outbreak. Yes. We have one here, very high population, very close. What if we said that it should be an anarchy system? Then we need to go 70. That's further than I want to jump in, and it's a small system as well. I think this is gonna be our target for scanning wakes. Jeffrey, thanks a lot for the congratulations. What's the last thing it has here? I'll just scan some ships while we do this.
Scan detected.
Okay, that's gonna be it for today, at least for this place. We're gonna go and get some wakes now. Famine systems? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure outbreak is where you have distribution centers. Or am I... Oh, wait. No, that's because I'm thinking... You're right, it is famine systems. It's not outbreak. It's because I'm thinking... I mean, the whole chemical manipulators and pharmaceutical isolator mode, which you get from outbreak systems, of course. You're absolutely right, it is famine. Let's try to look up famine. Then we have 23 light years jump range, and if we go anarchy, we still have a long way to go. So we're not going to go to an anarchy system. We're just going to go there. What if we order by population? We have 200 something away. That's fairly big. You know what? We're going to go for this one, because that's only like pretty close to where we are. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It is famine. It's not outbreak. It's because I was thinking about the pharmaceutical isolators, which you do get from outbreak, from the high grade emissions in there. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna get our anaconda, and we're gonna go and get some data mined wake exceptions. But it seems for the alloys are dropping quite often from this location. If we just go and have a look at proto stuff, like yeah, proto light alloy and proto radiolic alloy, those drop a lot. I agree, Chris. Wakes are the most boring things that Elite has to offer. People are saying we can get them from encoded emissions. That would be nice. And I don't... Anyone know, does the crashed ship, Jameson's crashed Cobra, does that thing give weight data? I don't believe it does. High-grade emissions are even more boring. Well, I can see the point, but luckily lately, because most of the materials now drop from killing ships, you don't have to go and do that many high-grade emissions anymore. You always get it from encoded emissions. So you just go random system and look for encoded emissions. Okay, people are saying data mine wake exception from encoded emissions in war or civil war systems. You know what, I would actually consider going and give that a go, because I hate scanning wakes. It's so boring. Let's go and hunt some encoded emissions in some war systems. Let's keep drifting, 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 drifting. Request docking. And now we're gonna go for the approach. And we're still drifting. Too much drifting. Out. I had to try. Where are we landing? 11. It's right there. Here we go. Raymond Poor, thanks a lot for subscribing and welcome to the channel. Oh, we need to go back so we can actually see the sub counter to that one. Oh, there we go. Aha! 14. It's very nice. Okay, let's get back into this ship here. Here. Then, now I need to switch scene again, sorry about that. Actually, this is a little small maybe for you guys, should I zoom it in like this? It's a little bit better for you. We're still in Isanor, but now we want a... Let's go for war. Let's just go war. How close are war systems? Okay, there's a high population war system right next door. That one. That's a high population one. So let's go for that. Did we change ship? We did. That's not the map, that's the... It is indeed in war. Let's do it. Exactly, getting two birds with one stone, going to USS, or yeah, killing USSs, and we might, if we're lucky, we might also get some high-grade emissions, so we can go in and pick up stuff there as well. Retarded Wizard Potato asks, when are you doing the Fed rank guide? Okay, hold on. Let's just undock and I'll show you something. Let me just real quick here. Keep flying out in the middle of nowhere. And get in here. Get in here. And just go in here. We can see this. There you go. The video is done. It's uploaded. It's thumbnailed. It's just need end scene elements and needs to be published. Let's do that while we're at it. Let's just import that. So it's actually already done. No, limpets. Nah, it's okay. I'll pick it up manually. The Anaconda is pretty good when it comes to that. So video will be out pretty soon. Okay, let's jump. I was planning to release it on Saturday, but with the recent focus feedback, I'm considering bumping it to Wednesday next week. But it will be, I promise you, no later than next week. Sometime next week it will probably be out. So just stick around for that, and it'll be public in a few days. Okay, let's get some distance, and let's hook the system so we have some system data here, which we already had. That's good. Oh, then I want the system map. Oh, look! Wow! Look at that, though. Those are gas giants orbiting a gas giant. Screw that! I'm gonna go out there and have a look. We can look at signal sources on our way up there as well. And we're instantly getting interdicted. We're not even wanted in this or hostile in this system. It's a system defense. Get off my back, I haven't done anything. I'm not even carrying anything illegal. Thank you, William, for the congratulations. Okay, let's just focus on this so we can get out of this interdiction and get back on course. Yeah, it's okay. I'll manage without the limpets. Again, the Anaconda is pretty good at when it comes to picking up. It's not that bad. Was that a signal source I saw? I saw several signal sources. Oh, there's one right there. That's a distress call. We don't want that. What was the other one behind us? Ah, encoded emissions. Let's have a look. While we're... Whoa, what was that? Okay, just thought I found some weird keyboard shortcut for something. Oh, and there's another one right there. That's a degraded. So we're definitely gonna keep this one. Bob, thanks a lot for the congratulations. As well, sorry I missed you before. Thank you, Wizard. I'm just gonna call you Wizard because retarded Wizard Potato is very long. Private data beacon. Unexpected emission data. And then some lower tier materials that we're not really that interested in. No loop of shame. I'm sorry, I'll do better next time. I'll make sure to give you loop of shame next time. Call me Potato. Okay, we'll use Potato instead. You know what? I'm actually gonna go into set filters and I'm gonna add planets and moons as well. Just so I can find that weird moon we were heading to. And I forgot which number it had. Okay, moon 6 apparently. Moon 6 is right there. Michael asked, do you enjoy using keyboard and mouse? I don't know. I don't, so that would be a no. Oh, I need to, this joystick is beginning to creak a lot. Oh, look at that. Wow. I'm forgetting to look at signal sources. There's one right there. Ah, encoded the mission again. That's okay, Michael. You can actually easily see when people are using keyboard and mouse, because you will have that small indicator in the middle of the screen showing which way the mouse cursor is pointing, because otherwise it would be impossible to recenter the mouse if you didn't. Which you do not have when people are playing with a HOTAS. Do you ever get ghost button presses on your HOTAS? No. Only if I plug it into a powered USB hub. If I plug it in directly to a USB port on the motherboard, I have no issues. USB hub, no good. But this is only a problem with the X56 as far as I know. I haven't had that problem with anything else. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the loop of shame. I'll do it next time. A typical disruptive. Okay, here we go. We actually get wake data this time.
Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1.
Where did the other planet go? Did that go behind us? Oh, it's right there. I just want to move over here to get that screenshot. Can we set this up for a nice screenshot? Oh, that planet is a little bit big, I think. Maybe we should... That's actually not too bad. If we set this up right... Where is the star? Where's my anaconda? Okay, so if I set this up... like this... Nope, that one. Stop that one. What are you doing? Oh, I can't do that when I'm... okay. There's a star behind me. Oh, it might be behind me then. Oh yeah, it is. So I just need to tilt up a little bit so I get more light on the ship. That gets a little bit more angle on that, so we can actually see the anaconda. So it looks like the anaconda is actually flying towards it. Should we zoom out to get this like so? Gonna get a little bit of fisheye effect here. Oh, gotta get some distance to reduce that. There we go. I like that. Oh, that's pretty. That's worthy of a screenshot. And just save that right away. There we go. Okay, no signal sources have popped up while we were flying around here. Have a look at the map again. Anything else that was interesting? Earth-like and more planets orbiting each other. That's pretty neat little system here. I really like it. Anyway, let's set our filters right again. Wait, I should probably have stars on at least. So I can see my distance to the star. And I have a chance to actually lock it up so we can begin to go into orbit. Let's get a little bit more distance to this. Again. Oh, I don't have ships, so I can't see who's interdicting me. And I can't change it now. Oh, I can see him there, but I can't target him. Oh, there we go. Got him. That's the damn system again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna submit. Okay, could you sit still for a bit? Are you shitting me? Are you just gonna drag me out and then just leave? I can't boost. Damn it! I wanted to boost into him. And now I'm getting mass locked by him. Idiot. Michael asks, how do you target ship while they're interdicting you? I have, for my HOTAS, I've bounced cycle through hostile ships, so I can always just cycle through all the hostile ships around me. And when I do that, and I have a ship that's interdicting me, it counts as hostile, so I can just go to the next hostile ship and I'll target whatever's right behind me. And then I'll know what I'm dealing with, and it's very handy to, you could also use it if you have target highest threat. That would also work. But the trick is that if you do that, you have a chance to know what's actually interdicting you, so you can decide whether you want to submit or you want to try and escape. Because if I didn't know it was a system ship, I probably wouldn't have submitted because my shields are really bad on this thing. So I would probably have just tried to escape rather than submitting. But because I know it's a system ship, I know he's not going to shoot me because I carry no illegal cargo and I have no fines and I'm not hostile in the system. Feel bad for not knowing that for so long. Oh, that's the signal source. Let's see what we get. Degraded? Nope. What distance are we at? We need to go a little further, I think. Around 2000 should be good, then begin orbiting out there. Oh, high grade. I'll take that. It might be something useful. Oh, that might be the loop of shame that I promised you guys. Yep, here you go. Mm. Yeah, I think it's military grade alloys. Let's see what we get. Ah, military supercapacitors. Which is useful as well. We don't have too many of these anyway. Again, very careful here. Really don't want to bump these things. Oh, and there we go. Then I managed to bump it. Can we stop it again? Just give it a slight notch here. Oh, that was close. That was that one. Yeah, I mean, even if we don't really need it for the build we're doing, we might always have to. I mean, grade 5 materials is always good to have. You can always downgrade it to something useful. There we go. We're done. I'll have my cargo scoop open. There we go. And oh, I just showed what I got from the data. There's one again. Degraded. Nice. Yeah, I agree. I think one of the best quality of life changes we've seen in the game in a very long time was the changes to the material storage. That was a godsend. There's another signal source right there, but we're gonna keep with this one because we are looking for wave data. So even though that might be a high grade, I would rather get this so we can get those. I really want to see how efficient this is for getting dynamite wake exceptions. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Occupied escape pods though. That looks like a dot. Do we know if there's a nav beacon in Robigo? I believe there is. Oh, was this decoded? Degraded? Oops. That might be why it didn't work. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't go to degrade, of course. Need to be encoded. Did I close that window? No, I didn't. Just gonna try and both keep an eye on chat and on everything here. Oh, where did that go? There we go. Oh, there's one. Degraded, which is one we do not want. See what else we can get. Ooh. Come on, should we speed up a bit maybe? I don't know. Oh, there's one. Apparently that helped. It's also degraded. Wonderful. There's another one. Also degraded. What do those integrity attributes on equipment means and do? Integrity is the individual equipment's hit points. So if you're being shot at and let's say either some of the damage bleeds through your shield or your shields are all the way down, in cases like that your modules could take damage. Not only your ship, oh, encoded, there we go. Not only your ship will take damage, your modules will also take damage. And the more integrity, the more punishment they can take. So that means how much damage can the modules take before they begin to malfunction or begin to outright stop working. Yeah, exactly. USSs is the most amazing gameplay. It is a little boring, if not very. And you would, depending on your build, now we're talking about sniping modules. If you, for instance, are running a cannon build or a railgun build, something that has high penetration, you can easily penetrate through a ship's armor and begin to hit the internal modules. So, for instance, sometimes I would put high yield cannons on my Corvette. The high yield cannons does extra damage to internal modules if you penetrate the armor. So if you go sturdy mount, high yield, so your sturdy mount gives you higher penetration, and high yield gives you higher module damage. That means that thing will just snipe power plants for days. So you could target a subsystem, so you target the power plant, and just begin to snipe it until, and then just, yeah, blow out the power plant of the ship, basically. Justin says, thanks for the fast Imperial rank video. And you hit Duke in 3.5 hours. That's amazing. Modified consumer firmware. Okay, fair enough. the only problem with the high yield build, I used it for quite a long time on my Corvette, and it's a really fun build if you like sniping power plants and modules. But the problem is, let's just go there. The problem is that because you are penetrating the armor, that basically means that instead of doing a lot of damage to the actual hull of the ship, you just punch small holes and then it detonates on the inside, meaning that the amount of hull damage you do is really low. So you're actually killing the ships slower, but you're damaging more modules. So it has its downsides. If you just want to do raw hull damage, I think the best you can do is go multi-cannons. Did I miss that one? I did. Let's turn back. Oh, it's a high grade. Nice. So it would probably be more of the same as before, I guess. But let's get it anyway. Oh, we got military grade alloy this time. Which I do have quite a bit of. The Anaconda is such an enjoyable ship to pick up materials in. The only problem is the long nose of the ship. So in cases like this, you had to like move back a bit before you move up and then move in, because otherwise you're gonna bump it with the nose of the ship. But the cargo hatch placement is really good if you look at it. Look all the way out there in the front. Problem is, if they put the cargo hatch like back here, where there's actually something that does look like a cargo hatch there, then it would have been really crap, because then you would have to drag it all the way at the bottom of the ship, and if you did, and it would be stuck on like that edge there. But because it's all out here, it's really easy to pick up stuff with the Anaconda. I like it. It's a good ship. You're surprised not using collectors? Yeah, I could. And I'd probably, I mean, we had the chance to pick up collectors, and I do believe I actually have a collector limpet control on this thing. I do actually have, you can see there. But I always forget to bring them, so I've just made it a habit of not using them when I'm doing this kind of stuff. When for instance, we were just at the unauthorized installation, and I brought limpets because I know I'm going to be picking up a lot of materials. But we were actually heading here not mainly because of the stuff in the high grade. We were mainly heading here for data, which we really didn't need the limpets for, which was why I forgot. So I could, and it probably would be a little bit faster if I did, but doing it manually is okay. But I think it's a good thing that you know how to actually scoop up stuff manually, because in many cases you would not be able to fit a collector limpet control. Degraded. Nope, 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 nope. Encoded. Okay, let's give this another go. We haven't found any data mine wake exceptions just yet, but you can synthesize limpets, they are cheap. You are right, I can. If I haven't used all my materials on synthesizing limpets already. Okay, as I recommend multi-cannons, which engineering do I recommend on them? I would always recommend going with at least one corrosive shell. Because corrosive shell is a status effect, so that reduces the armor hardness of 25%. And since the penetration on the multi-cannons isn't necessarily great, getting that reduction in armor hardness effectively means you're gonna do more damage. But since it's a status effect, what I would often do, what I do in most of my builds, is I would have a small multi-cannon with corrosive on. Refined focus crystals, chemical processes. Oh, there's a chemical manipulator here. Okay, pick that up then. No, but I will always try to go with one of the smaller ones be a corrosive one, because it's a status effect. It doesn't matter if you apply it with a huge one or a small one. It has the same effect. So therefore I would often go with the small ones. If you're looking for pure damage output, then overcharged is a good way to go, and then incendiary rounds. Problem with incendiary rounds is you convert most of your damage to thermals. So if you look at my cube combo, for instance, I have a lot of lasers on it already, which is my main source of thermal damage. So I don't really need the incendiary rounds on the multi-cannons, because I already have my thermal damage covered. What the multi-cannon's purposes is to rip through hull. So I want them to do kinetic damage, because that's often better against the hull of the ship. Therefore I have not gone incendiary, but instead I have gone overcharged with autoloader. What autoloader does is it allows the weapon to continuously reload. So it will reload while you're shooting, effectively meaning that you're never going to be stuck on a reload with an autoloading weapon. So you're never going to get in that awkward situation where you have the target perfectly lined up, but your weapons are reloading so you can't fire. It's a slight bonus to your effective DPS, if you're not going to go for incendiary. But yeah, that would be my... so depending on the ship, what I would recommend is go for... make sure you have your corrosive at least somewhere on your ship, and you only need one corrosive weapon. They don't stack, so having more than one is a waste. Okay. If you don't have kinetic, your ship is kinetic. Plater. Yeah, I guess you could just go ram. USS's in war systems always emission? Nope. Flawed focus crystal. What? More chemical manipulators. They're not always. Encoded emissions can spawn in any system. We're really not looking for chemical manipulators. We're looking for data beacons, but... no luck so far. You know what? I think I'm gonna head... gonna pick this one up, then we're gonna head back to Shinrata. Oh, let's just focus on this last one here. Boom, there we go. And let me see if there's anything else here. Refined, compound shielding. This is actually good, but we have so much of it already. Let's get this. Let's head back to Shinrata, where we have the cutter stored. We can do a little bit more engineering now with all our chemical manipulators. Because then I'll have to go and get the data mined wake exceptions at some other time. Like, I don't know, watch some Netflix and just scan wakes for days. Oh, we're only one jump away. Nice. Oh, reset filters. There we go. Where the hell? There we go. Modified consumer firmware. What tier is that? I can't remember. Hold on, let's just looping a bit here. Modified consumer firmware. Oh, okay, that's the low one. Okay, technically brilliant. This is your last warning. If you have a problem with me, I mean, of course I'm asking for donation. If people want to give something, I mean, you're not forcing people to do a donation. If people want to do a donation or support on Patreon or whatever they're doing, they can do that. People who just want to watch this and not pay a dime, they are more than welcome to do that, and I would gladly have people watch, even though, I mean, if people enjoy it, come here, ask questions or have comments, they are more than welcome to do that. I don't know what your problem is with me having a small banner in the corner. Anyway, let's get back to the station. So we should be able to do, I believe, at least the FSD, and was it the power distributor we needed it for as well? Clean drives versus dirty ones. I always go dirty drives. They are, I mean, they do. There are situations where you might want to go clean drives. I guess if you're making a silent running build, yeah, clean out exploration ships makes sense because you want to reduce that that heat from your engines. If you're making a silent running build, you could consider going. Let's say you're making a trade ship, right? If you're making a ship that's meant to do trading, you could go clean drives. If you were planning to do smuggling, because that would mean you would be able to run into the station easily without overheating. So there are definitely situations where clean drive makes sense, but in most cases you would rather want the maneuverability you gain from the dirty drive. Commander DK, thanks a lot. Yeah, then you can go into the experimental mods as well. Okay, let's do some Engineering. That's me. Where did my list go? Frameshift drive, we needed to do a little bit more on those. We were not quite done. And we of course need the data mine wake exceptions for that. So we cannot do that. Great. Armor, we do not have that pinned. Life support, we do not have that pinned. Power distributor, we should be able to finish that then. Right? Yes, we definitely can. Yeah, I like the name of the ship, Gold Digger. It's a mining ship. What did you expect? Oh, hold on. That was a waste. Oops. That one. And there we go. We can now cross this off our list. At least for the base upgrades. So that means for internals right now, it's... Oh, what about engines? Did we finish the engines? Yeah, we did. I just didn't cross him out. There we go. Okay. So that means that right now it's pretty much, in terms of internals, it's pretty much just getting armor and life support. Life support should be lightweighted. And then, of course, I'll need those data mine wake exceptions to finish off the frameshift drive. Which is always a pain. And we really only need like a few more rolls before we run out here. But that was, yeah. Oh well. She's a mining ship. Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, it has now been almost 3 hours and I need to go to bed in 20 minutes. So I think I will call it here for today. We managed to do a little bit. It was okay. I really would have hoped we managed to finish the internals, or at least the frameshift drive as well, which was the only one we have pinned. What about shield boosters? Can we actually do anything here? You know, we could actually do some shield booster upgrades if we wanted to. Should I? Okay, you know what? We're gonna do some shield booster upgrades. Let me just quickly find the build somewhere. Where did I put that though? No, did I put it in my Dropbox maybe? Color the text, that sounds about right. And it's a beta Coriolis build, so that's wonderful. Which is not working anymore. What the full? Let's just copy this. Okay, hold on. Elite Dangerous Coriolis. Yes, there's Coriolis. Let's do, oh no, Cutter. Hold on, sorry guys, let's have this off screen right now. Cutter, and then do anything like that, and then change the coding on it to that, and then open that link. There we go. Let's store this link so I have the right one stored in my notes. And close the notes. Okay, so here we have, let's just drag this over so you guys can, that's new. Oh, okay. And let me just get this over so you guys can see what's going on as well. Here we go. Okay, so for shield boosters, we're gonna need, not too used to this. We're gonna need resistance augmented. We're gonna need resistance augmented as well. A kinetic. And then heavy duty for the rest, I believe. Yes, so let's start by doing the shield boosters. Okay, I only have resistance augmented pinned, of course. So I can only do the 2 resistance augmented. So let's do those. Get the chat up here. Okay, let's see what we can do here. How many do we actually have to roll? We can roll. We are low on conductive ceramics, but that can be traded easily. So we can't trade here, of course, but there we go. And that should unlock grade 5. No? Okay, thank you, RNGesus. I hate you too. And then we get like a third on the first roll. Oh, that was a good roll then. Oh, nice. No, come on. There we go, that's the first one. We're probably not gonna be getting... We only have one conductive ceramic left, so we're probably not gonna be able to do the second one. But we can't get it up to grade 5, I think. Oh, look at that. Nice. And boom, we finished that as well. Not bad. Oh, we need conductive ceramics for grade 4 as well. Yeah, then we're definitely not gonna make it to grade 5. There we go. Okay, but I believe conductive ceramics, we can trade some of that. Can we see which... I can't remember which category that fits in. Basic conductors, biotech. Is it biotech conductors that the large one? We have 60 of those, and they would trade down to... What do you get? 6 when you trade down at a time? Is that it? And then 6 times... No, that can't be right. Anyway, I can't remember the down... Oh, you get 3 when you trade down, of course. You need 6 to trade up. So that would be 3, you get 9 of those for any biotech conductors. So that's pretty easy. If Jameson has mat trader for this, I don't believe there's a mat trader at Jameson. There's a tech broker. I think that's what you're confusing it with. There's a tech broker. And that's about it. Search and rescue agents, very useful. Oh, I can claim the 1,000 credits, so I'll do that. Thank you. So no, there's no no tech broker at Jameson. There's one close by. Yeah, I know that there's a mat trader close by, but as I said, I'm gonna be closing the stream. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's stream. I certainly did. It was a fun little stream. And if you liked the stream, remember to give a like down below. And oh, I should remember. Aha, hold on. I have end scene. So let's try that again. I hope you liked today's stream. If you did, give it a like down below, and remember to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, and until next time, I hope I'll see you guys in space.